When a celebrity voices their political opinion, a funny thing happens. People shout about how little they care. But you know the funny thing about shouting? Let's take a look at Meryl Streep's speech this past weekend at the Golden Globes. Meryl Streep took the stage, and weeks before the inauguration of Donald J. Trump, she voiced her opinion. And apparently, people were surprised by this. Real quick, by the way, I'm not gonna go into the actual content of Meryl Streep's speech, okay? There's just way too much going on there. I'd never do that. Wouldn't even know where to begin, honestly. Like, what would I start where she says we should protect journalists and safeguard the truth? Like, what would I even say about that? Like, would I be like, what does that even mean? You know? Like, does she mean protect like narratively driven fake news in which the truth is packaged in a way that presents a false narrative to the reader or viewer? Like how prior to Trump winning, properly fact-checked articles presented true information under the presupposition that Hillary was gonna win? Does she mean that? Does she mean that kind of truth? Because you know, the thing is, there's more to truth than fact-checking. There's also context, which the left is laughably bad at remembering. But like I said, you know, I'm not gonna go into the speech. Like, I would never do that. Also, I thought the speech was awesome because it was somebody being impassioned about what they believe. I happen to think Meryl Streep is right in voicing her opinion, and I also think it's awesome that she took pride in the culture of Hollywood, because that is her environment. Because that is where she lives. That is where she make her life. I mean this sincerely for anyone watching who was annoyed by Meryl Streep, or someone who gets annoyed when a celebrity talks about how great it is to live in Hollywood. Why is it bad for anyone to look at where they live and the life that they've built where they live and to take pride in it? Why does that upset you? Because last I checked, that was like the core idea of nationalism, which is the idea that we should look around at America and be proud of the culture of America and try to do everything we can to protect it. And the idea of nationalism is what most Republicans are all about now, because who gives a crap about, you know, small government or anything else that you used to pretend to care about? I feel a little bit like no one listens to what they're saying. Like, let alone what the other person is saying. Do you hear what you're saying? Oh, you're proud of where you're from? It boggles my mind that people from red states will scoff at the idea that their culture is racist or bigoted. They say things like, you don't know, you're not from here, you don't know our hearts. So on one side of the fence, you have the right-wingers saying how out of touch and elitist the left-wingers are, and on the other side of the fence, you have the left-wing artists saying how bigoted and racist and deplorable any Trump supporter is, and it's like a tennis match going back and forth, but the ball is my freaking sanity. Another complaint that people have about the Hollywood elite is that we shouldn't listen to them because they're so rich and out of touch. This is a complaint from Republicans. What? Okay, let's just back up for a second. Aren't Republicans the ones that say you should not be penalized for the wealth that you earn, except evidently in the court of public opinion? Doesn't the right believe that you shouldn't be brutally molested by the government via taxation? Apparently, a lot of the Republican mindset is now you get to keep both your money and your opinions to yourself. Free speech? Not if you're a rich celebrity, how dare you? I happen to disagree with that. I think that rich assholes get to have opinions too. Sometimes they can even become president. Oh, snap. Artists have always existed on the outskirts of society. Jesters and painters and, yes, movie actors have made careers out of shining a light on the parts of ourselves that we don't want to see, or the parts of ourselves that we have trouble seeing. Art submerges us in our own undercurrents, which rage just under our 9-to-5 jobs and our football games and our popcorn flicks. I believe that the job of art is to bring us, sometimes just for a moment, face to face with ourselves. And then, yeah, some of them become rich. And some of them become famous. And some of them, yeah, they grow out of touch. And then their egos grow because they're humans, like you. Unless you're one of the cats that watch my videos. For some reason, a lot of cats watch my videos. I don't know why. Does anybody know why cats do anything? In my opinion, the riches and the fame and the ego that sometimes comes along with being a successful artist, all that stuff is just garbage over a heart that has always been dangerously in touch with just what it means to be human. I think the reason people get so angry and they shout about how little they care about what celebrities say is because they actually do care what they have to say. And maybe that's what really angers them. I believe a part of us is always listening to the artists, whether they're celebrities or not. I think a part of us knows that artists will always speak a little bit of the truth, even if it's buried under elitism or ego or rage or vulgarity or horribly bedazzled Golden Globes outfits. Golden Globes outfits? Outfit. So as far as I'm concerned, the Hollywood elite can keep on keeping on, and the people who say we should be proud of where we're from and we should be able to keep the money we earn can continue to ridicule people for being proud of being from Hollywood and to dismiss them for having money, because irony apparently is the only remaining issue that is truly bipartisan. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it was kind of ranty, so if you made it to the end, thank you for that. Please, yeah, we'll keep it. Please feel free to subscribe. Oh, and the thing I said about narrative-driven fake news was from an interview between Dave Rubin and a guy named Eric Weinstein. I'm going to link to in the description because I just think it's really good, and it's about the 4 different types of fake news. And he's like a mathematician guy, and I think he's really smart, and it's a really good interview. So that this part's really long now, and it's probably you probably just keep clicking out now, and that's fine. I get it. I click out of me too, because that was a lot of ranty stuff, and I'm sorry. More jokes are coming down the line. And I love you, and thank you for watching and clicking like, because that helps still apparently. So I love you. Bye.